Hello everyone, today I'm gonna do the fitting critic video, so let's get started. The first one, so I like the overall tone in this one. The sunset tone is very nice and soft. I really like the back lit photo, so it's very nice sunset vibes in the coast area. So and I like this tennis court sport style also, so really nice color overall. The only thing here is that these two black and white for the these two rows kind of breaks the pattern a little bit, so that's just my take on that. These two rows right there, just make sure that if I'm posting the black and white, I won't be put in the same slot, especially when it is like right on top of each other, but you have 4 other colorful picture next to it. So if I am posting this one, I will just stick with the colorful vibes. So this one and then this one, and you post another sunset one, and this will create a nice like continuous feel in it. Maybe the black and white, you can do it like the first row, you can do it 3 in a row to separate it out. So that's just my advice on that. Otherwise, it's very nice. I really like the hair flip vibes in here. So really nicely done on the tones and the overall lifestyle feel. So good job. Next one. Okay, so this one I can feel that the first 3 row a lot of purple already. So I will create more variation of color in the first 3 rows. You can just use like this one is a nice orange tone. You can just make it in between like different color alternatively, instead of this many of purple color on the same like 3 rows. So just to make it more interesting feel, when the viewer first landed in your feed, they will see, oh, there's a lot of duplicate purple, a feel to it. This is just my first impression, but individual like picture is nice tone. So just overall feel, you need to make sure that it's not like a lot of the same tone together. So just to spread out different color tones. Next one. So I think because it's a bright daylight, and this one cropping a little bit too close in the square format, because the first row this one has a lot of headroom, and then this one has very tight headroom. Just make sure that they are in the same cropping position. And I know that the first 2 row has a lot of people and faces, and you have one landscape over there. Just you can just mix it up. You post another one people, and then post a landscape, and then post another people photo. So just to space it out, instead of right now it's the front heavy, a lot of people, and then the landscape. So just my take on that. So next one. So I like the use of prism. I think you use the prism on this one. So nice sunset. Also, just make sure that the non-tilted picture that are in the feed, just make sure that it's consistently like rotated to the ground. So because the second row you have one tilted to the left and then tilted to the right a little bit. This one on the center is nicely like perpendicular to the ground. So just make sure that they're all nicely consistently orientation also. And this one, I like the dark tone in it. Maybe I will post a portrait and then post a landscape and then post a portrait instead of 2 portrait and then 1 landscape. And I can see that these 3 are similar in one set, maybe that's your intention. But if that's the intention, the next row is kind of like these two are similar, but just two more in here, kind of the same tone, yellow. So this like kind of breaks the pattern a little bit. Either you can pose alternately one this and then one black and white, and then one yellow, and then one black and white to alternate it out, instead of because when the feed is going on, it kind of like, okay, there are too many black and white in one row and then less color in one row. So just you make sure that stick with the one that you like, and then just build a consistent feed. But overall, I like the dark faded tone in it. So okay, so this one also has a dark tone here. Make sure that when you're cropping, don't leave any bright area on the edges. So I will just crop it like this, crop it all out. Like crop it all out is cleaner, and then it's more focused, because even though those space it will leave the eyes like distracted a little bit. So I will crop it like this, like closer. Yeah, other than that, it's nice dark tone, consistent. Just on the cropping of the headroom, just make sure that the headroom are consistent, because as you can see, the second row, the first picture, you can see on the square is too tight, no headspace, and then the medium headspace, and then there's a lot of headspace. Just to make sure that they are almost in the same headspace with the headroom above. So next one. So also the same thing applies to this one, because the second row, the first two pictures are very similar. By the way, this one probably cropping a little bit too close to me, because when you see on the square picture, you can only see the mouth, but part of the body. And this one you can crop in nice with some headroom. But these first two, the color tone are very similar. They look like in the same, like it looks like posting two pictures straight. So just to space it out, you can just post one of these, and then post one of that also. By the way, this one also make sure the background not too many solid lines behind him, because created a little bit of busy background. So just my opinion on that one. And the first row also, you can just post a dark one, post a light color, and then post another dark one, just to make it variant instead of posting too dark in a row, since you have some bright next to each other. Okay, next one. Okay, this one also applies to my previous comments. Individually, it's very nicely framed, so I really like the flower frame. It's very sharp on the eyes. Just make sure that I won't post this many of the same set in a row, because it creates a duplicated feel for the viewers. So just for me, this is just my take on that. If you are planning to do that consistently, like if you post 8 in a row all the time, that's fine for me. But if you are not posting like that many all the time, so that means it's not consistently posting 8 at a time. So but it still create a lot of duplicated feeling, even though individually they are really nice, like flower framing, foreground and then background flowers. So just make sure that it has more variety of the tone spaced out with each other, and that will create an even more interesting feed for the viewer. Because when you first land it to the page and then you see, oh, there's a lot of flower overall in this, but it's in the same theme. It seems like on the same shoot, but there's a lot of feeling like, oh, it's posting the same picture at the same time, similar vibes at the same time. So I am expecting more variety on the feed also. So this one, I like the prism space out on top, just for the cropping, because there's a lot of headroom on the first lot, and then there's almost nicely done on the cropping on the second one. But as you can see, the first one is zoom out, this one is zoom in, and this one is upside down. So but it created a different because I'm expecting the same headroom for the first row. It will look better to me if I'm posting another one that instead of the upside down, maybe I post this one and then post this one next to each other. And make sure that the branches, even though it's blurred out, it kind of like sticking out on the head also. Also happens, this one has a lot of headroom also. So just make sure that on the cropping, so individually I like the bokeh, the vibes, and then using the prism style, so nicely done with the prism. Just make sure that the consistently crop with the similar amount of headroom across the feed. So that's my take on the cropping. So next one, also this one is nice, use the prism to create some interesting framing in this one. So nicely done, good job. And I like the lines in this one also, nice lines in the background, interesting lines, interesting hair flip, nicely done with the Ferris wheel in the background. So also about the feed consistency, this picture, the tone is kind of like similar light tone, and you have two dark tone next to each other. I will not post two light tone in here. I will post a dark tone, post a light tone, and then post another dark tone in here. Also, I like the mood in this one. I think this one you can put it closer. The only thing is that there's a little bit of white lines. Those little details kind of like distracting me a little bit. You can either just use a Snapseed to patch out those little bit, or you can crop it closer to create a stronger impact on the eyes. So, but I like the overall use of prism, lines, and hair flips. So good job. Next one, I like the tone in this one. Also make sure that the horizon is similar. If you are posting horizon picture, if they are next to each other but they are different crop, kind of like offset a little bit for the first and second picture. The solution is that you can post one, and then instead of posting the next one is horizontal, like any horizon from the sea, you can post a dark portrait and then post another one, so that it has less shift effect. Like it seems like shifted down a little bit. It creates a non-consistent pattern right there. But I like the creativeness in this picture also, really nicely done. And the framing using a tree to frame to the center. I think this one, because this row is kind of bright, it creates a distraction a little bit. I think this one, if you crop it like this, is even stronger effect for that. Because any white area outside of this green dark tone is kind of distracting my eyes a little bit. So you can just crop it to the center. It will feel better. So that's just my take on that cropping also. I think the next one is the last one. So make sure that the tree background is not sticking out the head too much, because this background seems like too busy for me. So you can just ask the model next to the tree instead, and then using this black tree as a background instead of all the branches as a background. But Let me see. Also, because of the the white space, kind of like, I know you started from the first 3 rows. You started already without using the vertical white space next to each other, and also make sure that the cropping is leaving some headroom to the top of the head. Also it crop it a little bit too much in when you look at from the square standpoint. It crops almost to the eyes level, so you can just leave more headroom. Also, these lines right here, just my opinion, kind of distracted me a little bit. Maybe if you see the lines on the photograph, you can just lower the angle and then shoot up to the sky, so that it create a cleaner background for me. So that's it for today's critique video for the Fit Team group. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.